Hey guys, this is Commander Matthew, and before we start this episode of Trek Back Tuesday, I want to tell you about my Star Trek podcast. Trek Untold is a weekly interview series where we chat with character actors, stunt performers, writers, directors, and behind-the-scenes people who make the Star Trek universe go at warp speed. Our show is about putting the spotlight on folks who aren't normally in the spotlight. It's about the people who have contributed to Star Trek but aren't in the opening credits of the show. You might not know their names or recognize their faces at first, but I guarantee after you hear our discussions with them, you're going to never forget them again. If you're a fan of not only Star Trek history, but also cinema and television, as well as the entertainment industry and all sorts of other things, you're going to really enjoy hearing this podcast. We're not just discussing appearances on TV shows with these actors, we're discussing acting theory, or we're talking to prop makers and behind-the-scenes crew and discussing how things work that we don't ever see on camera. Each episode is a deep dive into the profession of what these folks do, and you're going to really enjoy hearing their stories. You can check it out on whatever Apple device you're using, whether it's a phone or a pad, or you can listen to it on your favorite Android device. If you want to learn more about Trek Untold, make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And it's available on most major podcast platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and many more. Check us out this coming Thursday for our latest episode, and until then, fortune favors the bold.
Hi, I'm Captain Andrea.
I'm Commander Matthew.
And welcome to Trek Back Tuesday.
This is the show that explores time and space to seek out new and old Star Trek merchandise from across the galaxy.
Today, we're continuing our look at the Playmates Voyager figures. Commander Matthew, beam in who we're looking at today.
Hi, Captain. Crewman on the deck, Captain.
Thank you, Commander. Here we have Lieutenant B'Elanna Torres, everyone's favorite hybrid Klingon human species, because Alexander kind of sucked.
Ouch.
Yeah, shots fired. Shots fired! Okay, I liked older Alexander once he kind of found his place, but that's beside the point.
Nevish Alexander.
Nevish Alexander. Yeah. He's adorable and I'd love to have him as a friend, but as a Klingon warrior, no.
Star Trek Voyager toys, where we talk about Alexander Rozhenko.
So the front of the box is the traditional Voyager packaging that you've seen over and over again. You see her card, you see some, you get some, an inkling as to what her accessories are going to be.
Those are some unique choices.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they are. And it's really not that exciting. You know, it's the same thing over and over again.
Much like the back of the box.
Up, you see the who's in the wave, what her accessories look like, and what they are more in detail, and her bio. The interesting thing on her bio is it says to consult the Maquis files for more information about her.
Yeah, and even then, I think her pips are actually still the unofficial Starfleet pips. Yes. Yeah, so, because this is, after all, fairly early on. Well, actually, it is extremely early on. It's still first season, first bunch of episodes of Torres.
Commander, I think we need to beam B'Elanna out before she decides to break out herself.
Good call. Here we go. Lieutenant Torres is on the bridge, Captain.
Oh, great. B'Elanna, we definitely have need for you.
So let's talk first things first, as always, about the likeness. Does this figure look like Roxanne Dawson?
Yes and no.
It's a pretty good likeness. You know, I feel like they got most of the female characters better than the male characters in this line.
I would definitely agree, but also at the same time, because, again, it's just because of it's a figure. You know what? I think they did a really good job. And part of it is she has the Klingon ridges, and she has these very thick eyebrows, and they painted them really dark, and it gives it kind of a very harsh look, where if you look at the card, her eyebrows are a slightly different color. They're a lighter brown, and I think that would have softened it up a little bit and helped with the likeness. Otherwise, I think it's not bad.
I think what would have helped us is just, honestly, better cheekbones on the figure.
That too.
Yeah, that's kind of what's the biggest thing that's missing from the head sculpt is the cheekbones. I think she really needs those to make it look like Roxanne.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think they just got her hair completely wrong in general. It's more brownish here. This, it's almost black. It's much more black than brown.
It's a very dark brown.
Yeah, and definitely not the right tone.
No. So they were very close, though. They were much closer than, say, Tom Paris.
Yeah. And just so you guys can see the back of her card, again, it's got a pretty nice small bio that really sums her up. Actually, not terribly, but yeah. I do like, again, her personal interest is the Maquis Rebellion.
What? It's not an interest of yours?
I'm just saying, you know, some people like to boogie board and go out for walks on the beach. She, Maquis Rebellion.
Yeah, but to be fair, what were her interests?
Yelling.
Screaming.
Fighting. Arguing.
But that's just it. She didn't like doing that. Like
but she loved to rebel.
She did love to rebel, but she was always upset about the fact that she had the Klingon temper.
Yeah.
And she had the Klingon aspects of herself, and we never really saw her doing anything to relax. Did we?
She would eventually watch cartoons with Tom Paris.
Yeah, but that's after she got together with Tom. I mean, who was she season 1? She was angry engineer lady.
Pretty much, yeah.
Her interests were engineering and rebelling.
She was that nerd in high school who was super angry and yelly.
She was you?
Yeah. Let's see what accessories she comes with.
She comes with her standard Starfleet insignia stand.
Put that on her. And you guys have already seen the articulation with these figures, so I'm not going to go a ton into them, but she's got the standard, the sword and the stone over here.
Jeez, yeah. She's like a rock.
She really is. She's a
She's
Klingon.
a Klingon.
Yeah. Her joints are very stiff, but, you know, you can see they're good articulation. But, man, is she rock hard. Stubborn to the end.
She is. She comes with a phaser.
Not just any phaser. A hot pink Lisa Frank phaser.
Ooh. I do love that weird hot pink. It's that magenta. It's ridiculous.
See if she can actually hold her phaser, because she's got really tiny hands. So I don't know if her one hand that's a little bit bigger can't hold it. The slides are out. Her one hand that's a little bit smaller, it's almost too small. So that phaser's worthless, besides looking pink.
Okay, she also comes with an engineering case. It's all cute and pink.
Also hot pink. It's like one of those caboodles, right?
It looks a little bit, but I'm a little annoyed because Harry Kim gets a kit that opens and closes. Why doesn't she?
She gets the dainty kit.
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, next she comes with a trajector device, space folding neutrino envelope generator.
Well, it's unique. It looks like the Turtles communicator from the Ninja Turtles cartoon, but
Also looks like binoculars. I
also,
have no idea what it is, but
it also just looks like a fairly stupid prop.
yeah, that too. And finally, she comes with a test cylinder. Interesting looking test cylinder.
Filthy, filthy, filthy test cylinder.
Oh yes, she is naughty.
It's cold in space.
Well, with her Klingon blood, she needed something to keep her warm.
She wouldn't be the only figure to have that test cylinder, though. I think there's at least one other that comes with it from the Voyager line, because there's an episode that it's an important element. I'm just surprised they put in more than one figure.
Yeah, and also that it looks like that.
And also that's, yeah, hot pink and shaped like that, and yeah.
Okay.
Well, it shows with Tom Paris yet.
No, that was much later on.
Yeah, so, you know, there's some time to fill that gap. Bad choice of words. Now let's go ahead and add Lieutenant Torres to the bridge alongside everybody else from the Voyager crew. So overall, this Lieutenant Torres figure is actually one of the better ones, I think, of this Voyager lineup.
I'll agree.
It's got a pretty decent head sculpt, not as good, again, as like the Janeway or the Chakotay or even the Doctor. I think it would have been really improved by having better cheeks. But otherwise, I think it fits in just fine with the rest.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. No, I agree with you. She's a decent figure. I'd say she's definitely one of the better ones. She's one of the better middle ones.
So much so that I'd probably buy a new one of her to get a mold-free edition of Torres.
It is always nice to have a mold-free version.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. No phage for my figures.
And on that note, I'm Captain Andrea.
I'm Commander Matthew. This has been Trek Back Tuesday, and until next time, live long and buy toys.